Today we'll cover Xlookup. Now VLOOKUP and Xlookup are same family from the lookup, but these two behave like a totally different. So we have to analyze what is a Xlookup. The latest trend is your Xlookup, which looks your data from top to bottom, bottom to top, left to right, right to left. That means we have many possibilities with this. Okay, so let's create a data and observe like how this works. Okay, so here let me say I have a employee ID, then the name of employee, then there may be is said the area or zone, maybe the salary, department, and say their remark or experience. Whatever the column you want, you can just create employee 100. Like that way I have a list of employees. Now let me have a name also: Amit, Raj, Tina, Savita. Then zone we require east, west, salary. Let's have a rand between 15,000 to 85,000. Let's have a department: IT, sales, marketing. Only three are keeping this. Experience 2, 3, 6, 5, 8, 4. Okay. Now let's keep this data as a static data. Copy, paste as a values. Now the data is ready. What is your requirement? I wanted employee to look. This is a area. I may have a same sheet, I may have a different sheet also. Let's go to the another sheet. Do not control X. This is a data where I require. So you have to tell me you require the data of what? Sir, I require the employee 100, then employee 500, then employee 600, employee 600, and employee 1120, which is not there in our data. So now here I require the value to be look, and that is nothing but this one. So let's say that equal to Xlookup. When I say Xlookup, it has a multiple parameter. Slowly we'll observe one parameter. Lookup value is this. When I look my data, there is a probability when I drag it, the lookup value will change like this. So definitely I wanted the lock to be applied. Second options, when you drag it to the downside, the A2 become A3, A4, A5, A6. That means you have to apply the cell reference. Where to apply the cell reference? We have to apply the cell reference before the dollar, before the A, comma. Second option, it is saying a lookup array. If you remember in the previous scenario, lookup array is a one column, but we have to select the entire table in the VLOOKUP part. But in this, you have to just select where you are looking. So I am looking inside this. Sir, what about rest column? No, you have to select only column where you are looking the data. I repeat, you have to select only that column where you are looking your data. Now, then press F4 to lock, comma. Third option, return array. What is the output you required? If you require the output only name, then select the name. If you require zone also, salary also, department also, experience also, select everything. So that means it is working like a column by column, not the structural data. There is no structure. So you have to select according to your requirement. So once we have selected this, you have to press F4 button, lock, comma. It is saying if the lookup value is not found, then what? So I said if not found, then you just type as a missing. You just type as missing record, comma. How do you match? See, in the VLOOKUP, we have only one match, but here there are many types of matches are there. So I would prefer the exact match, comma. Do you want to go further? No, sir. I would like to stop at this moment here only. So let me close and press enter. So when I press enter, I got all the records. If you remember, in the VLOOKUP, we have to specify the number of column, or otherwise we are doing a formula called as a column, or otherwise we are writing a manual column index as a 1 2 3. That's a boring part, time consumption. So here you don't have to do that. Next option, when you drag it, so you will get automatically rest all the data. When you drag it, you will get automatically all the data. Let me drag it. Is this I am getting answer as missing? Let me go here and check. Do we have this? No, sir. Let me just randomly copy these and come here and paste the value. Automatically I have a record. Correct. So here I don't have to specify column by column. So this is a beauty of using a XLOOKUP. I hope till this much is clear to you.
Clear, sir.
So when I click over here, this is a formula text. Let's think about in this scenario, I need the value from top to bottom or the bottom to top, like that way. Now, what is the meaning of that? Employee 100 in my data, there are two times. Let's think about I have a same data which is there twice. Then what will happen? This is an employee 100. Let me copy the same thing and go down employees. Correct. Their experience is a 20 years and name is not Amit. There is a Amit. Slightly changes for your understanding. The salary expected 75,000. Good experience, definitely. So now the question comes when I look your data. Correct. If you remember in the last or the previous session, you have asked me the question. We want to see the recent one. So obviously the recent one comes not this because you are entering the data. So here the recent one become the down one this. So I have to look for this data. Once again, the system remains same. How you are going to look for this? Let's come back to this. Once again, let me create the structure so that you understand this is a second question and there is a second structure like this. Let's go and play with this. Even I can modify into same code, but I would like to repeat. XLOOKUP, lookup value will be this. If you want to go down, then you require to lock this. Otherwise, if you don't lock, then also okay. Okay. But I would prefer to lock this, comma. Lookup array. Once again, your lookup array is the same. That is this. Once again, you can lock this, comma. Return array. I would prefer in the return array, rather, I would prefer return array from here to here. Okay, good. Let me log this, comma. Now it is saying not found. I said if not found, you can leave the message as a NA, comma. How do you match? How do you match? So here we have an exact match. Here we have a exact match, comma. Now it is saying, do you want to search your data in which pattern? First to last or the last to first? See, now this time we are using one more argument. These two are the options. First to last, no. Last to first, yes. Close bracket and press enter. That can be termed as a minus one. Okay. E100. Yes, we have that E100. Correct. It is saying a value is missing. What was the mistakes I did? Let me write one more time. XLOOKUP. This is a lookup value, comma, lookup array. This is a place. That's a lookup, comma. Now it is saying a return. So in the return, I would prefer to this. I think I missed one particular record. That's the reason I'm getting the error, comma, not applicable, comma. That's an exact match, comma, search from first to last or last to first, close and the line. Now this time I got Amita, not the Amit. This time I got Amita, not the Amit. Correct. So what is the difference which I applied? See, the difference is nothing but, let me press. Here, we just close over here. After that, we put a comma and then -1. That means first to last or the last to first. So this is a option where you can search for the recent record which is entered. I hope this is clear.
Clear.
Once again, I have a quantity which is like this. Okay. Then I have a quantity and then let's call it as an amount. And let's get the name of a person, those who have ordered these quantity. Clear? Create the data as a static, paste as a value. Now in the VLOOKUP, we have a range lookup. In the VLOOKUP, we have a range lookup. Let's apply the range lookup. Now let's apply the range lookup. So on the basis of quantity, I require the amount and the name of a person. So let's come back to the next question. That question is known as a range lookup. I am looking for approximately a 35. When I say the 35, it will go and look into the quantity column. Do we have an exact 35? Answer is no. Answer is no. Okay, let's go and look for this. Equal to Xlookup. Lookup value will be this. Press the lock button, comma. Table array. So this is my table array. I call it as. That's a old VLOOKUP. We call it as a table array. Here we call it as lookup value. Press the lock button, comma. Next, result. In the result, I would like to see both lock, comma. Next, it is saying not found. Then I would say missing or whatever message you want to leave. How do you want? See, when I say the exact match, definitely 35 is not there. So I have to go to exact or next smaller value, or exact or next higher value. Let's try exact or the next smaller value. Now, when I close and press enter, see, we have a lookup value is a 35. Lookup value is a 35. What is the answer I got? Tina. Let me go and check with this. There is a record called as a Tina. Where is the record? This is a Tina. And when I say exact value or below, so is this I am getting the correct answer? See, this is a Tina and my requested value is a 35. So below 35, what comes? 35. Let's go and look up the same thing. Let's go and look up the same thing, but we'll say the higher value. This is known as the exact value and then what? Lower. Let's say exact value or we'll go for the higher value. Okay. So equal to Xlookup. Lookup value will be this. Let me press the lock, comma. Sir, even if you don't put a lock, still you will get the answer. See, I have a habit of writing correctly. The default I don't want, comma. What is a return? Return will be these two. Lock, comma. If not found, I don't want to write the message also. So you can ignore this, simply giving a comma. How do you match? In the previous session, we did exact match or next smaller. So here we'll go to exact match or next large value. I repeat, exact match or next large value. When I close and press enter, see the answer what I got. In the last time we got this Tina, and now I got what? Amita. Let's go and check what is the role of Amita. So here when I say Amit, no, we call it as Amita. Okay. Now when you look for Amita, the record is 45 quantity. I said look for exact or large value. So obviously my 35 is there. So what is a number more than 35? That goes to the 45. Sir, can it goes to 45? There are two times. What is the first match? That is a priority. I repeat, first match, that is a priority. Sir, even there are higher value 60 to 57. No, they will not go there. Why? Because the first match is a 45 and that is a next higher value. That is this. Let me give you the formula. I hope the formula is crystal clear.
Clear, sir.
Now, so we can apply the VLOOKUP with limitation and we can apply the XLOOKUP that's without limitation. All the limitation is resolved. Correct? Sir, if I have a duplicate value and I require all the duplicate value. For example, here I have a duplicate value and I am interested to get all the duplicate value. So basically the lookup is designed not for getting a duplicate value. Lookup is designed not for getting a correct. When you have a duplicate value, so generally we prefer to use the filter. Generally we prefer to use what? Filter, not the lookup value. Okay. Now let's go to the another scenario. Here the scenario is, let me copy the data and create the scenario. Let's think about here I have a product ID, PID. All product has a different PID, P100. Correct. Let's think about my product has a ID. On the basis of product ID, we are looking our data. On the basis of product ID, now we look at the data on the basis of product ID. But on the basis of product ID, I would like to look your data on the right hand side also. I would like to see on the left hand side also. Oh, but we look your data from left to right. Here, I wanted my data to be looked from left to right and the right to left also. Let's try this, how this work. Okay, let's try this. So what is a PID? So you have to enter the PID. Let's think 100. Correct. See, I'm not writing below because rest of the thing you have to drag it. So you will get automatically answer. First, let's work on the right hand side. Okay, equal to Xlookup. The lookup value will be this, comma. What is a what is lookup array? So lookup array will be this. Press the lock button, comma. What is a result? This is a result. Press the lock, comma. If it is missing, not applicable, comma. How do you match? Exact match. Close and then enter. So once I press enter, I got all the data of right hand side. All the data on right hand side. Now, if I need this data on the left hand side, let's do on the left hand side. Okay, let's try on the left hand side equal to Xlookup. What is the lookup value? Just 1 second. Equal to Xlookup. What is the lookup value? This is a lookup value. Press lock, comma. Lookup array. So your PID is a lookup array. Lock, comma. Result. I am expecting the result from these two. Correct. Even you can go to one by one also. If you are not getting answer, try one by one. That's NA, not applicable, comma, exact match, close and then enter. Now, when I say close and enter, so probably it is trying to spill your data. Trying to spill means there is no space. So generally it travel from left to right. So it require your employee ID to be on the right hand side, but we don't have employee ID on the right hand side. So here I will remove the area of which I used this area. What I have to remove, I will select only this column, one column. Let me do it one more time instead of getting a confusion. Equal to Xlookup. This is a lookup value, comma. What exactly it is saying? Look this value into this, then get the answer of this column. If it is not found, I don't want to leave the message. Exact match, close and enter. Once again, what about this? Here also follow the same training. Let me drag it. Can I get the data? Yes. So you can use directly. Let's go to the another ID. Let's say PID as 101. So absolutely I'm getting the answer. So VLOOKUP is look your data from right to left or left to right also. So there is a limitation get resolved while using the XLOOKUP. So is this clear how the XLOOKUP is work for the left to right and the right to left? In both the scenario it works. We call it as a reverse lookup. So the technical name is reverse lookup. Let's think about where we have a multiple set of a data. Let's think about where we have a multiple set of a data. This is a data and let me create a set of data only. Customer ID, name, deposit and the date. Okay, this is a one. Then I have another customer. This is a customer number 2. One more customer. How many column? 4 column. 3. There are 4 places. Correct. So let me just write. There are 4 places we wanted. So let's have a C100. Not C100. The customer is from the Andheri. So A100. There are multiple branches are there. The customer is from this. The customer name, let's copy from here only. For the time saving, nothing else. Customer. Let me create the data first, then we'll talk about the formula. Date column. Okay. So this is a data. Let's think about this is from the one region. That's from the Andheri. Copy the same from Bandra. Let's think about one more from the Dadra. So I have a 3 branches. Here Andheri, so A is given. Bandra, so I will replace by the B. When I say the B is termed as a Bandra. Okay. Then when I say there is a, let's say Dadar, so I will call it as a D and then add this. There can be a same customer. Yes, there can be a same customer. Let's change the name. Ram, Shyam, Ghanshyam. I just created a different name also. Here, Mr. X, Y, Mr. Z. Okay, so there are multiple names are created. Correct? Let's create the data as a static. Now let me select this data. I will keep the name as, please observe, name as Andheri. I will keep this data name as Bandra. Once again, I will keep this data Dadar. So there are three places. So if you want to combine this data, we have already learned equal to V stack. The data is coming from Andheri, comma, Bandra, comma, Dadar, close and enter. Sir, in this data, we have repeated the heading also. Yes, I have selected the entire data. I have selected the entire data. So there is no meaning of your heading. Clear? So if I want without heading, then so you have to choose only this much. But I have created a name range, and in that name range I have selected the whole thing. Okay, for me currently it is okay. There is no problem. But I have to look the data. The customer might ask from Andheri branch, maybe a Bandra or maybe a Dadar. I cannot say that customer, you don't have to come from Bandra, you don't have to come from Borivali. The customer may come from any. So now the question is, okay, when I have a lookup value, how you are going to look with the multiple three tables? Correct. Customer can come from any location. Let's say the customer is coming from the Andheri location. So how you are going to apply? Please observe. Equal to Xlookup. Equal to Xlookup. Or even if you want it, if you feel like a header to be removed, if you feel like the header to be removed, so we have to just take this and create a new range. Correct. You have to create new name range. Let's see first on that if it is working. Well, good. So equal to Xlookup. Lookup value will be this, comma. Where are you going to look for this? Now this is a question. Typically where you are going to look for this. So I have to look for into first column. Now the question comes, I have to look for, should I look into this or should I look into this or should I look somewhere else? There are three tables. So when I look into this, let's think about, I am going to look into this lock, comma. What is a return? This is my return. Correct? Log, comma. Here I would say missing, comma, exact match, close and enter. I got the answer correctly. But when I look the data from D103, so it is saying I'm missing. But actually we are handling this branch also. Correct? So how to look up for this? So here the challenge comes, you have to go for this part where the missing is written. So if you are having a multiple table, how this is working? See this. Here we will apply one more XLOOKUP inside this. Look this data. Correct? Comma. Lookup value for this. So lookup value for this is this. Comma. Return value will be this. Comma. If not found, then write as missing. Comma. How do you match? Exact match. Let's close the bracket of internal XLOOKUP. Now when I press enter, now I am getting from this. So if I type A103, I have an answer. If I type D103, I have an answer. But if I type B103, it is saying I'm missing. So once again, I have to operate this also. What is the next step? In the missing part, apply the one more lookup value. Please observe XLOOKUP. Lookup value will be this, comma. Where are you look for this? I will look inside this, comma. Return, this is a return, comma. If not found, you will type as missing, comma, exact match. Let me close and simply press enter. So now I can look from A103, I have an answer. If I look from B103, I have an answer. If I look from D103, I have an answer. So that means I can perform the lookup into all three tables. Only problem is if you show to this to someone, they got a confused कि sir इतना बड़ा VLOOKUP आपने apply किया है. So it is a basically kind of we apply three things. Can you see this? This is a scenario number one. Then immediately, if the data is not found, we went to the second XLOOKUP. Once again, the data is not found, we went to the third. So like that way, we can apply the many lookup. Sir, if I don't want to show to this user, you can apply some hide method. So is this clear how to work with the multiple table?
Yes, sir. तो बेसिकली सर ये डबल वी लुकअप इंडेक्स मैच ये तो इससे तो बेटर ही है ना.
Yes. Even if you want, I
ओके
can show you.
तो
Hmm. See, you should know the method. Correct. You don't have to see the length of this. ये जो लेंथ है हमें ये लेंथ नहीं देखना. You have to see the method. If the method is good, please start working. अब मैं ओल्ड मेथड बता रहा हूँ. लेट्स थिंक अबाउट आपके पास नहीं है VLOOKUP, तब आप क्या करेंगे? करेक्ट. मेरा काम है हर पॉसिबिलिटी को डिस्कस करना. राइट रॉन्ग दैट इज डिफरेंट, बट माय जॉब इज टू डिस्कस ऑल द पॉसिबिलिटीज. नाउ लेट्स थिंक अबाउट यू रिक्वायर द डेटा फ्रॉम दिस. अब ये डेटा मुझे चाहिए. करेक्ट. बट टेक्नोलॉजी इज ओल्ड टेक्नोलॉजी. सो लेट्स गो टू द VLOOKUP. अब ये VLOOKUP कैसे हैंडल करता है वो देखो. जो अच्छा लगा वो यूज करना है. चॉइस इज योर्स. इक्वल टू VLOOKUP, look this value, comma. Sir, where should I look this? तो अब यहाँ पे immediately V stack ले लो. And V stack को बोलो I am looking from अंधेरी, comma, Bandra, comma, Dadar, okay, comma. Then here apply as a column B2. I want the answer from second column. How do you match? As usual, exact match. Close and enter. क्या आंसर आ गया? Mr. Alpha. Let me drag it. आगे के आंसर नहीं आ रहे हैं सर. हाँ जी सर नहीं आ रहे. ओके, लेट मी गिव यू द रीजन. इसको मैं यहाँ पे प्रेस कर देता हूँ F4, दैट्स अ लॉक. एंटर. आ गए सर आगे के आंसर. ये डेट कैसे दिख रहा है? यू हैव टू कन्वर्ट दिस इनटू द डेट पैटर्न. अब D103 यहाँ भी अल्फा है, 3516 यहाँ भी है. समझो D के जगह पे व्हेन आई टाइप A103, oh I got the answer. Here also A103, I got the answer. Lina, getting match, yes. Now, but if you see the code part, I use this. So if you show to this someone, the someone will say that this looks very uh, short and the sweet formula, because VLOOKUP inside I use the V stack. I hope clear.
क्लियर सर.
Achha. If you feel like sir, I don't know whether the customer is coming from Andheri, Bandra, Pune. Correct. We don't know that. Correct. So there can be two things. If you know the customer ID, okay. Sometime customer goes to the branch and he say that sir I am from the Dadar and my ID is this. I am from the Bandra, my ID is this. So customer gives you the specific location name also. Okay. So let's say that customer location. We require a customer location. So the location has to be given by the customer. Sir, I am from Andheri, Bandra, Dadar. See, sometime when you go to the bank, they ask the question, सर आपका जो अकाउंट है हमारे यही ब्रांच में है या किसी दूसरे ब्रांच से? They ask this casual question. What is the reason of asking this? So that they understand whether the location is the current one or the different. Let's think about, they say that my location is Andheri. Sometime they will say that the Bandra or the other, whatever it is. On the basis of that, I have to perform the lookup value. Let's see this how I am doing it. Please observe. When I say the Andheri, so you have to tell me the ID of A103. Okay. But remember, when the customer says Andheri, so customer must have to say the correct ID. If customer is saying I am from the Andheri and ID is a D103, so definitely there will be a mismatch because customer is doing a fraudulent activity. Customer is giving a fraud answer. So I cannot find anything. So let me just delete this and come back to this here. So here I require, there is a VLOOKUP, look your value this. Now please observe what I am doing it, comma. Now which table, there are three possibilities. The customer may from the Andheri, customer may from the Bandra, customer may from the Borivali. I don't know the exactly customer is coming from the which location. So should I by hard this? No sir, I cannot have a by hard. So when I say the customer is coming from the Andheri, my system will not recognize Andheri is a table or Andheri is a what. It just understand it is a cell where the Andheri is written. So I have to convert into the referral address. How I am doing it? See this. I am saying go for the indirect. What is indirect? Indirect is a Andheri. Just go for the indirect and let me press lock. Indirect is a Andheri, comma. Which column? I said column B2. Column B2. That's it. Second column. How do you match? Exact match. Close and enter. Now once again I got the correct answer. Can you change this? Yes, I can change this. Second customer comes. I am sorry sir, I am from the Bandra branch. Okay.
सर
Tell.
फॉर्मूला फर्स्ट टाइम मैं देख रहा हूँ डायरेक्ट फॉर्मूला क्या रहता है एग्जैक्टली
Okay. The customer is coming from the Bandra. The ID is B103. That means the still this formula is working correctly while giving a indirect. Now let's understand what is a indirect. Let's understand what is a indirect. Uh, Here I have a company, Tata, Reliance, LG, Acer, and Wipro, and they have their I can say the location also go down. Okay, alpha, beta, gamma. Their go down name is alpha, beta, gamma, and their random cells. Please observe carefully their random cells. Now the question here, let me convert this data into the static data. That's copy and the paste as a values I did. Okay. Now I need the total of these things. So let me first create the name range. I will go back to the formula. I will just say that the define name. I have a column which is on left side and I have a title which is on top. So left column, top. Okay. So all the titles are created into this. Got it? Now, if I need the total of Tata, now please observe so that quickly you will get the answer. I have just created a list of these companies. Okay. So I may have a Tata, Reliance, Wipro. Okay. Sir, I need the sum, average, max, minimum, and the count. Okay. Whatever you say that I am doing it. So equal to sum. But when I say the sum, so I have to select the value of Tata like this. Correct now? Your answer is absolutely correct. No, 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 sir. I want it for the LG. So then once again you have to select this. So the selection part you have to every time do it. So what I did equal to sum, but the indirect sum to the Reliance. So when I close bracket and press enter, I got the answer of Reliance. No, sir, I am looking for Tata. I got the answer of Tata. I am looking for LG. Please check this. Let's have LG 1, 2, 3. So 3, 2 plus 5 plus 1, 6. So if I require the average, so I will say that the average, indirect, and indirect will refer to this. So that means the address is auto updated by using a indirect equal to max, indirect, and then go to this, close and enter, equal to minimum, indirect, then refer to this center, equal to count. Okay, then we'll say indirect LG, so it will automatically count your values. So the beauty of this is what? If this is a sum average of LG, tomorrow if I say I am interested in Wipro, see I have an answer in front of me within a one click. Sir, I need the Tata, I have an answer. I need the Reliance, I have an answer. I hope this is clear.
Okay.
So the role of indirect is not to refer the value as a direct. That is the reason it says indirect. Sir, if I write the sum and then Tata, so the system will not directly understand what is the area of this. Correct. System will not directly understand. Here in my case, it will understand because this is the area. Correct. This is the area. But when you type the Tata, it become as a static value. See, when I close this, enter, I got the answer. You will see that the Tata answer is, let me go here and change the Tata 1484. But tomorrow if I say I need a Reliance, then this formula will not work. You have to keep on change always. And for changing, I have created this cell, and this cell is connected to each and all. Are you getting it? This cell is connected to all these. So that is the reason I am getting the answer. So here when I say the Reliance is sum, Reliance average, Reliance max, Reliance minimum, Reliance count. So that is the beauty of using an indirect. Is this clear?
ओके सर, यस सर।
Yes.
सर फिर आपने मुझे वो सिखाया था ना वो सम का, तो
हम्म।
उसमें भी हम लोग इनडायरेक्ट यूज कर सकते थे ना?
सर सब जगह यूज कर सकते हैं, ऐसा कुछ भी
ओ,
नहीं। जहाँ पे
जैसा
भी
वो
एड,
आपने मुझे बताया था ना, जान
जहाँ
फेब
पे,
मार्च का
यस
टोटल
यस
और ये
यस
वो।
यस, जहाँ पे भी एड्रेस को आपको ऑटोमेट करना है वहाँ पे इनडायरेक्ट यूज कर लो आप। ठीक है, क्योंकि मैनुअल हम यूज करेंगे तो हर बार फॉर्मूले को चेंज करना पड़ेगा। अब आप देख लो, एक ही फॉर्मूले से मेरे पास सबके आंसर आ रहे हैं। अगर रिपोर्टिंग पार्ट होगा, समझो कहीं मीटिंग में बैठे हैं, टाइम नहीं है, सडनली उन्होंने पूछा कि चलो एसर कंपनी का क्या रिस्पॉन्स है, लेट्स सी द एसर, सो व्हाट आई हैव टू डू, मैं यहाँ पे जस्ट क्लिक करूंगा, माय आंसर इज रेडी। अब जो इनडायरेक्ट नहीं यूज कर रहा है वो बंदा यहाँ पे फॉर्मूला लिखते बैठेगा इक्वल टू सम, तो इतना टाइम किसके पास है? क्लियर? यस, आई होप एवरीथिंग इज क्लियर टू यू।
सर
ठीक है, now so we'll stop it at this moment and we'll meet into the tomorrow, that's next session.
श्योर।
कुछ अगर इसमें से कुछ डाउट है तो आप पूछ सकते हैं। करेक्ट।
इनडायरेक्ट का बस ये यूज है ना कि और भी उसका वास्ट यूज है?
सी डायरेक्ट अगर आप देखेंगे तो इस तरह से किसी भी टूल का नहीं है, डिपेंड्स ऑन द एप्लीकेशन टू एप्लीकेशन। ठीक है, व्हाट डिड आई सेड, एप्लीकेशन टू एप्लीकेशन इनके यूज डिफर करते हैं मतलब। बट इनडायरेक्ट इज रिफरिंग टू सम एड्रेस, वो किसी दूसरे के एड्रेस को रिफर करता है। ठीक है, यूज बहुत सारे हो
और
सकते
सर,
हैं।
तो सर
इजी।
आपके हिसाब से मुझे इंडेक्स मैच ये सब सीखने की जरूरत है? अगर एक्सेल लुकअप में सब आ रहा है तो ये सब सीखने की भी जरूरत है? इंडेक्स
सी
मैच,
हर
वी लुक,
टूल के ना,
डबल
हर टूल,
लुकअप।
सी हर टूल के ना अपने लिमिटेशंस होते हैं। मान लो मैं किसी ऐसे डेटा पे काम कर रहा हूँ जहाँ पे एक्स लुकअप है ही नहीं। ठीक है, जैसे कि आप कहते हैं कि सर मैं स्कैन करके पेमेंट नहीं दूंगा, मैं तो कैश में ही पेमेंट दूंगा। बराबर है, लेट्स थिंक अबाउट, आप बोलते हो मैं टेक्नोलॉजी या ट्रेंड के हिसाब से नहीं जाना चाहता, मैं तो सिर्फ कैश में ही पेमेंट दूंगा। अब आप ऐसे जगह पे आ गए, रिक्शा वाला बोलता है सर मेरे पास चेंज नहीं है और आपके पास 500 रुपीज है। करें तो आप तो यू गॉट अ स्टक। अब आप क्या करेंगे, बोलो मुझे। इवन सेम थिंग हैपेंड, मैं सैंडलवुड्स गया था LIC ऑफिस, देयर इज अ रिक्शा पेमेंट इज 26 रुपीज एंड आई डोंट हैव अ 6 रुपीज, आई हैव अ 20 and 40, like that way 20 rupees notes only. So I just pay 40 rupees. He said, sir, 6 rupees change nahi. So I have to use the scanner. Correct. So every tool
करेक्ट।
has its own limitation and its own benefit. So if you know the tools, so because we know everything, we understand what is a lookup value, we understand what is a table array, we understand what is a match, what is approximate match. So whatever the tools are there, I am happy. I can use the tool in all scenario. But उसमें से जो आपको अच्छा लगता है, try to use this. That creates your expertise. दैट क्रिएट्स योर
ओके सर।
एक्सपर्टीज। करेक्ट। अब जैसे मेरी एक्सपर्टीज है, तो आपने देखा मैंने वी लुकअप में भी वही काम किया है, एक्स लुकअप में भी वही काम किया है। मैंने वी लुकअप के साथ में मैच को भी यूज किया है, वी लुकअप के साथ में वी स्टैक एच स्टैक को भी यूज किया हुआ है, वी लुकअप के साथ इनडायरेक्ट भी यूज किया हुआ है। दैट मीन्स आई एम हैविंग अ फ्लेवर। सो जब आपके पास फ्लेवर होगा तो देर इज ऑलवेज डिमांड इन योर सब्जेक्ट। आर यू गेटिंग इट माई पॉइंट? यू
करेक्ट
हैव अ
सर।
डिमांड इन योर सब्जेक्ट,
करेक्ट
आपका
सर।
रिप्लेसमेंट पॉसिबल नहीं है। बिकॉज सिस्टम से अगर मैं चैट जीपीटी से पूछूंगा तो देर विल बी अ स्टैटिक आंसर। मतलब हमारे पास तो डायनामिक वेज है ना, सो एंजॉय द वे। ठीक है।
करेक्ट सर।
So now we'll stop it over here and we'll meet into the next session. Okay. Till then, have a good
ठीक
day.
है, थैंक यू।
Thanks.